Dozens of homes have been destroyed by heavy downpours in East London. Mdantsane and Duncan Village were mostly affected, with rains of up to 40 millimeters, in fact, being recorded. Now let's speak to the spokesperson for the Department of Transport in the Eastern Cape, Unathi Binqose, who is joining us now. Unathi, good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time. In the days before, we saw really extensive damage, especially even towards roads. We saw that road between Ofimvaba and Ngobo, which was also destroyed. Some houses are finding themselves battling to contain some water that is, coming in. I wonder if the situation is worsening.
Thankfully, it's not. The rains are gone now, and the water has subsided, and people are able to retrieve whatever they can from the damage. Roads and in fact houses rather. So yeah, things are a little better than they were before. But the Eastern Cape has seen it all since the beginning of the festive season. I mean, we've had hailstorms, heavy rains, and all those sorts of things. Things whose extent have gone beyond just roads, but have damaged people's homes and stuff like that. But we are quite happy to report that things are slightly back to normality, and people are able to pick up the pieces after the hailstorm that we've had, particularly in the Buffalo City area. And we are happy to know that, looking at the weather focus, that tomorrow things are going to be slightly better than they were today.
I know that, there's a lot of reporting around Mdantsane and Duncan Village as being some of the areas that were really at the heart of, at the receiving end, in fact, as far as havoc is concerned. Are those the only two areas where things were bad?
Those are the worst affected. It was a storm that lasted about approximately 20 minutes, but 20 minutes that is going to have a lifetime impact in some families, particularly those who are taking from nothing. We've seen visuals that were circulating, particularly on social media, of homes that were flooded with water, cars that were floating in water. So the situation has been really, really bad, and it's something that we cannot apologize enough for to the people of the Eastern Cape for. Unfortunately, the province has been battered by rains over the past couple of weeks that are extending to approximately 2 months now. And a lot of people have been calling for a stop to these rains because the extent of the damage has been overwhelming, really. But we're grateful that there were no loss of lives in the storm that had hit us not so long ago. But we are hopeful that things are going to remain as they are now.
Any estimate when it comes to the extent of the damage and the costs thereof that could be incurred by the provincial government towards assisting some of those and even the infrastructure that's damaged?
Our officers are on the ground doing their assessments, and we are expecting to get a clearer picture of how this has impacted us and how we will need to fork out to assist those families. But the damage has been extensive. I mean, I understand that one of your colleagues as well, the SABC, has also been affected by these things that have been happening. I mean, we understand that there is a journalist that was involved in a car accident, but thankfully his life was spared and he's in a good condition. But the vehicle we were traveling in is not in a good state at all. So it really has been bad. But like I said, our officers are on the ground quantifying the damage and will be able to give you a full report on what it's likely to cost us to repair the damaged infrastructure, particularly public infrastructure. But of course, the municipalities, the respective municipalities that have been affected, will be able to quantify how their residents have been affected and how much they will need to fork out in order to assist those affected families. Because we understand that a lot of those people that have been affected are people that are coming from rural areas, that are are coming from poor households as well, and that will need assistance from government in order to get that to their feet. So we are working around the clock to quantify that and see if there's there are any funds on our emergency funds that will be able to assist those affected families.
All right, Unathi, this is a conversation that will continue because there'll also be, as has been said by even, one mayor in Buffalo City, they're saying that there's going to be some disaster relief packages. Of course, there's going to be talk of what will this include, and also the relocation, and also some of the families that still need to be put back into their homes. But thank you so much for that.